Hello everybody, and welcome to Blue Goose Garage. I've been in here working on my console some, bolted down. I put both grommets, the boots, whatever, back around the shifter. It's got the one for the floor and the one up here. I made that handle out of a bench seat handle that I had. I'll eventually find the correct one that's off a little bit, but it's what I've got. We had a casualty. The switch for this side's the switches for this car, the door switches for dome lights, you put those in and then you shut your door and it adjusts the switch to the door when you get a new switch. And both of these switches, it's possible that side would work if I cleaned it, but that is in too far. It needs to be, that needed to be on in it. So I might try to make something. If you ground the dome light wire, the one in the console works. That one also has fire going to it, and it's got a ground going to it, but those two connectors are really dirty. The way that works, there's 12 volts going to those bulbs all the time, and all the switch does is connect to ground. So I may try to make my dome lights work. Something else you might notice is running. The clock works, and the light in the clock works. Comes on with the dash lights. For the first time since 1974, 1975, the car has a working clock and a console. I asked Dad if that clock even worked when he got this car, the one this car had. He said, believe it or not, it actually did. And apparently I did a better job fixing the floor underneath the console at the shifter than I thought I did, because that's pretty much right up against it. The only thing that's missing underneath the carpet is there's supposed to be brackets that go from here to here on both sides. Come over here. Come on. Her name's Sadie. All right, I wanted to show you this to try to maybe help somebody if they happen to be putting a console in their car. But I want to say that this is maybe not the right way to do this, because I didn't have all of the original harness. I had to make from about here back. So the screw you see right there is where I put my ground wire that makes the clock work and the light come on the clock. On the clock, there are two on this aftermarket clock. I don't know about a factory one, but there's two spade terminals, two male spade terminals. One of them is the ground, one of them is for the clock, and the clock is hot at all times. There's a third connection on a socket that's for the light. Back here at the dome light, it's a lot like that. It just has a bulb with two clip connections, and one of them's hot all the time, and the other one is the ground. When this wire or the one in the passenger door connects to the ground, when the little switch comes out, that grounds and it turns on the dome light and the console's light. So I wanted to show you this for a few minutes. First off, this car is a factory console car. There's differences here and there between a console car and a non-console car. I don't know if they're all like this, but up above the console, I mean the steering column here, I can't see it with my phone. There's a connection straight up above this that this harness plugs into. Up in here somewhere. Then it goes across to here, and this harness plugs into that harness. That is what they call a console extension harness, I reckon. And then that is the console harness if you're buying a new one. And I'm mentioning this because every video, every picture, every group thing I found was talking about how to put a console in a non-console car. They weren't talking about how it wires in a factory console car. And I guess that's because the thought would be, well, if you've got a factory console car, you have all the wires. I didn't, because this was a parts car and that got cut off at the carpet. So I had to make it from there back on that console. So let's help you here. If you notice here, you've got an orange wire. If you notice here, you've got an orange wire, a gray wire, and a white wire. On this end, there's only 3 wires. On this end, there's 4 wires. There's 2 orange wires, a gray wire, and a white wire. The white wire is the same wire as this wire. That's the one that grounds and turns on your dome light. The orange wire that turns into 2 orange wires is hot at all times when the battery's hooked up. And the gray wire is the dash illumination wires. It's the dash lights. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.